सब लोग आप लोग पूछो. Your question will also be recorded and my answer will also be recorded. Let's. Last time also I think so many people asked so many questions and I responded. Let's see. It is because throughout our life we are going to debate. Sometimes if there is no one, we debate with ourselves. Yes. Take the question whether to attend first lecture or not at 9 a.m. Then you go on finding out the options and the alternatives. What if I don't attend? And what if I attend? So if the column of I attend is bigger, there are more points, then what happens is you opt and take the decision. In which column? Lot of weightages that I should attend because of these reasons. I should bunk because of these reasons. So the reasons of bunking are more, you bunk. If the reasons of attending the session, you attend. It's a debate. To be or not to be, that is the question, and every time we face this. And we need to have that debating skills. Sometimes the medium of instruction may pose a problem. For example, some people, they are from Marathi medium. They had some ideas. They have come up with some thoughts, but they couldn't speak. It does not mean that they did not have any idea. They had, but they had certain restrictions or few restrictions as far as language is concerned. So what happens is when you are seated together, face to face, 2-3 people having good linguistic abilities, they keep on speaking. This is what happened initially. And then I had to control it. It is because debate is a kind of brainstorming. So many ideas about one side and so many ideas about the opposite side. For and against, or against and for. So we have to give it a thought. Doesn't matter they are our opponents, we have to listen first of all. Reason is that whatever points these people raise, based on those points you have to counter. You might have prepared it thoroughly, no doubt. And as I told you that you have to prepare only the normal points initially. But before preparing your side, you should think about the opposite side. That what exactly these people might talk very normally. Had I been at their place, what are the different points that I would raise? You should think as far as debate is concerned. And based on those normal thoughts, what would be your counter attack? You should think. And when you have so many options to counter attack the argument, you should select the best option. Best option means what? Any counter attack that will not give them a chance to bounce over. Before debating, you should think about it. But this might be your preparation, but you don't know actually what happens. When actual debate takes place, you don't know what problems and the points the person may raise. And accordingly, you should keep your thinking so flexible. And when you sit together and discuss this matter, the people who are good in language, they might be at the forefront, right? But rest of the people, they should provide the fuel, the ammunition of thoughts. They should listen, what is the attack? And accordingly, they should think, and within fraction of second, they should pass the counter attack. If they cannot pass it, they can simply raise in 1 or 2 words that no, this has to be like this. So that the person who is fighting at forefront gets the point, grabs the points and explains it and counter attacks. This is the secret of team. When your side is providing you that ammunition, only 2 people are fighting, that's enough. But what happens is, as far as our business communication is concerned, it is expected that each and every silent person should also contribute. And though you are good in linguistic abilities, your moral responsibility that you should take initiative and make others, okay, you please come up with it. The reason is, based on the new or the innovative point, something else will be created and the discussion may take different direction and you would feel satisfied that that's good that she or he raised this new or innovative point which we couldn't. Because in the momentum what happens is that you have a bit of aggression. Not only in your tone, not only in the loudness, but in your body also. You might have observed that this person is leaning here, he is leaning here, that person is simply standing and shouting, no, 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 you have to do this. I mean, it was completely a fish market. And in between, what I observed is, he has good point, but he doesn't have that loudness. So nobody is paying attention to him. And this happens. This happens. She is completely reticent. She is completely silent. It does not mean she didn't have. And in that moment of what happens, we don't pay attention. Our ego is not satisfied because somebody is counter attack, and we want to satisfy our ego by giving lot of counter attacks. And in that process, what happens? The people who are silent, they don't get chance. So who is at fault? Both. The loudspeakers and the people who are keeping silent. See, you have to show your identity over there. You have to show your participation over there. Otherwise, what would happen? I would remember only 2-3 people. In the whole process, in the whole performance, I would remember only 2-3 people. Reason? They were shouting, they were taking initiatives, and they were continuously speaking. It does not mean that they had content. So everybody should continue. Now sometimes because of this language issue, we keep silent. We are at fault because I gave you 7 days to prepare. And within 7 days, obviously you can prepare the performance of 5 minutes. Definitely you can prepare at least. So you should have come up with your points. Now what happens, because these people are not giving you a chance, it does not mean that you should enjoy the show. Or you should be engrossed in your thought that what would I speak? These people are so loud and so aggressive. Now how can I speak? You have to take your chance. See, this is competitive work. This tells you how much cutthroat competition is available outside. If you don't raise the bar, nobody will pay attention. So this debate does not only tell you the decision making skills and the different how to analyze the topic, it also gives you the life experience that you have to put yourself in front of everyone. And how? Now in this debate I will tell you there are 2 tricks. How to grab the opportunity to speak. Let the person complete. And at the time of completion of his argument, he gives some symptoms. Maybe lowers down the tone, right? And you understand that his data is over. Because the person who is continuously speaking, when he is superficially talking, no, how can you say so? Yes. Now when the person raises such words, how can you say, have you gone to, do you experience, do you attend? When he is asking such superficial question, you should understand that now his content is over. That is your chance. You intervene very positively, no aggression. Though it's a debate, a bit of aggression is acceptable. But you should not show it the way he was standing and he was shouting like that. When you are shouting, nobody is paying attention to you. Actually, you are adding in the chaos. It becomes a fish market. And in between, what happened? She started talking to him. He started talking to him. So what happened is only these 2 people were shouting or quarreling, and rest of you. In between, there are so many groups. She started talking to her. There was another group there. Here there was another group. So 4-5 people continuously talking and nobody is listening. Now this happens when the aggression increases. Nobody listens. So you have to keep calm. And debate is such a performance wherein you are bound to lose your patience or cool. Once your point is contradicted very harshly, your EGO gets hurt. And when our EGO gets hurt, we start blabbering. Even sometimes bad words come out. Sometimes the banging comes out. No, what I want to say is this. What you said, that is bullshit. Such thing happens. Such thing happens. It is because sometimes we do not have confidence. We have to keep cool. And when you are maintaining the cool, you will get so many points. If you lose your cool, you will not get points. Because our brain is working to cool you down. The brain is not giving you new ideas. Because the function of brain is to cool you down. That means. And please listen. What the speaker is saying, listen very calm, quietly, and in a very mature sense you have to listen. And find out where is the big word and pounce over the big word. Right? And you can pounce over the big argument or big word only when you listen. Number 2, sometimes the opposition party is giving you good argument. Deviating. because the person or the group is pouncing over you and you feel that now they are getting effective. So change the topic, change the point, you come up with something different. This is a trick. This is a trick. And once you find that the opposition is tricking you in this manner, try to bring them back because that is your strong point. This should continue. And it should continue for one, twice and thrice. That's it. Once the content is over, the point is over, don't simply keep on rubbing over it. Because it becomes then, far-fetched. Far-fetched हो जाता है. And you have to switch to some other point. And in order to switch to other point, you need team members to come up with some new topic. And then you discuss it. Once the topic is over, you come up with another. So this happens. And this aggression, bit of aggression is acceptable. If you have points and if you cannot speak, because of your linguistic abilities, you have to increase your exposure. Keep on reading. For example, he was talking about one survey. Now, such substantial proofs to prove your point, they are accepted. They are accepted. So what you need to do? Read a lot. Not only just the point. If you have something support, a proof, concrete proof, then सामने वाला will definitely accept and should accept it. And you should also accept it as a score because that is the valid point. But switch to the next one. So that the discussion come debate should roll over from one person, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then. Right? So this is how about debate. Now if you have any doubt or query, you can raise. And if you want to add something. Did you enjoy this session?
Yes.
Why? It was interactive. All right. Good.
There was a sense of competition.
Sense of competition. Spirit is there, and our EGO needs that competitive spirit. Hadn't there been competition, we would not have progressed. For example, he has got 90%. Let me take 95%, and that EGO should be heard in this manner. In this way, the EGO should be heard so that you should progress. Or
We learned some new thoughts. We couldn't give us context. They would speak like
so
that.
many ideas were generated, the brainstorming took place, you sat together, you discussed one strategy, you planned. So these are life skills. In life also there are so many things you need to plan beforehand, and then you have to execute. And while execution also some other problem may crop in, like which point the person will raise you don't know. Similarly, life also there are so many problems, they unexpectedly come, and that is what life is. You plan for it, but something else happens. So for that emergency also, how to provide solutions you learn. This is a very small thing, but they give you lot of insight how to tackle life. Or
So there was a feeling of being adult, like there was some sense of maturity among us.
maturity because you have the responsibility. Sometimes directly or indirectly you become the leader of that group, that team, and you feel that I have different responsibility, and you experience it, and when you experience it, you learn it, and you don't know the future leader is sitting among you, or the future leader is you, but you don't know, but you realize by such activities, team activities, and directly or indirectly, I mean, nobody elects you or selects you. If you have those leadership skills, you simply come out as a leader. Or
not the way formal in comfortable zone.
yes, you are not in comfortable zone even, because you have the competitive spirit, your performance is being observed, so you experience that stress, how to perform in this stressful situation, that fear you experience, but at the very time you get the solution to that fear also. So that is what you learn out of this activity. Good point.
So we learn about others, how smart they are. Like, this one is a good speaker, he has good pointers. This one can't speak.
You understand the potential and the caliber of the Samne wala, that how smart he or she is, and accordingly you should prepare yourself. If your competitor is Arjuna or Karna, accordingly you should prepare and hone your skills and weapons, sharpen your weapons. So this is what you understand the potential. Kitna power hai samne wale. You get this particular chance through this debating skill. Very good. What else? And see, in no book it is written. You experienced it, you learned it. Because you actually participated in it. What else?
So sometimes we even surprise ourselves that in that adrenaline and that aggression, we come up to the point that we didn't expect us that, yeah, I would say that it's something in my life like such.
Right. You never know. Sometimes we don't realize our potential. And when there is a need, we come up 100% out. And then we realize, I can. I did it. Thank God that I got this opportunity. समझ में आई बात? Very good point. What else? At least you realize, or you should realize that I can show the aggression through my body language and yes. No. That's right. Which is not good. Which is not good. Or some people realize, yeah, I can't speak. I have to change the strategy now. Because there are so many show stealers. They keep on continuously talking, and though I have good ideas, I can't speak. So I have to change my strategy. I should bring little bit assertion and aggression in my personality, without which I won't stand in the group or the team or the crowd.
So joining the blogs together, like it started with small ideas and then it came out of success.
Yeah. You simply begin. शुरुआत करो. एंड पता नहीं है, बट यू स्टार्ट. वो बोलते हैं ना, मैं अकेला चलता रहा, लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवा बनता रहा. You know कारवा? You started with a small point, but there are so many points and so much of discussion, so much of words, sentences, aggression, quarrel, fights. Right? This is what you learn. These are life lessons. When that boy was talking, he was looking at him and he was taking his permission. Am I speaking correct? And when he said yes, go ahead. This is the negative point. You don't need a support. Don't take any support. Because life में आपको जो भी करना है वो खुद करना है. That is your identity. But at least he realized that I need a support. Next time onwards, I will prepare in such a manner that I will be the support of someone. समझ में आई बात? और
So our brain is polished to give an instantaneous response again and again.
you know, instant response, because I don't know what she is going to talk, but within fraction of second, whatever she said, no. For example, data. Once the data is over, you have to pay for it. Then Rajput came up with no. For traveling also you have to pay. Not only for traveling, when you go to any place, you dirt your clothes, you have to pay for your laundry. And there are chances of accidents. Instantly such thoughts come, which you might not have prepared. Right? Very good. On.
Also, the fact that we were being practical, we would have given us that right differentiate between online and offline, right or report. We would have not felt to do it.
Yes.
But the excitement of being face to face and interacting, it made us
Actual experience is greater. Had there been just an assignment, practical assignment, you might have gone to Google Baba, Viki Anna, and you might have raised or written so many points. But whatever you discuss, I don't think that you have borrowed these points from Viki Anna or Google Baba. And no book has helped you, because the paper is new. You don't know what the person is prepared with. Right? This is life. You plan, but actually what happens, you never know. But you become ready. You become ready. And this is wonderful experience. What else? Others.
Our point is weak, so we are prepared for this.
You realize sometimes that your point is weak, and that's why the counter attack is very strong. So that is a learning lesson. If you are coming with lame argument, you are bound to be hit out of the crowd. Reason? Lame. But sometimes some people are so smart that initially, deliberately, they put very weak point, and they knew that what strong argument would come normally or naturally. but they have very strong counter to counter attack, and they are waiting for it. They are waiting. Initially, the enemy feels that yes, they are winning, but it was a trap, and you trapped the person. But again, this is just a strategy. It may work or may not work, because युद्ध भूमि में क्या होगा, nobody knows. The way you are trying to trap your enemy, obviously the other party is also trying for that. So you have to be alert. Good.
So understanding concepts, like we knew that the public opinion is mostly offline class is better. So we couldn't do anything with positive points. We had to come up with counter views. So we focus more on that.
यानी क्या? Once you know that your side is weaker, the topic that you have got is weaker, but don't lose faith. Have patience. Let others start. You know, and there are so many stories about in the battlefield. One side has very less army men, another side is huge, but they waited patiently. They utilized their tactics and they won the battle. So whenever your side is weaker, patience is a word. Wait for the weaker movement and strike back. Good. Life lessons. These are all life lessons.
So
Others.
Increasing the confidence level.
Listen, these people now are confident that I can put up. Even in all the people, I am the one, I can speak. I have that ability. Right? So they have gained the confidence. And others, they should learn it. So this is the learning lesson for others, also those who can speak. That these people are ready, they are talking, let me also try. Opposite side may happen. Sometimes because of the good performance of others, your performance may be overshadowed. Or you may feel intimidated. You may. But please control your mouth. Learn out of it that I have to be a little bit aggressive, assertive, and come up with strong points. Then only I can stand among these people who are ready to steal the show. Fine? What else?
sir, also a life learning lesson. Like we always say that stay calm, hear the others, then talk calmly. But sometimes it is a life situation where you have to shout in
You have to prove your
voice.
point.
Yes.
You have to shout.
Sometimes it may happen. Sometimes it may happen. For example, I told these people that you keep quiet. You also keep quiet. But as soon as the weak point is given by these people started talking. Or as soon as weak point is given by these people, the regular people they pounce over. No, like this. Unanimously. Right? Or this happens. Whenever your side is weaker, the whole zamana is after you. Right? I think this was really a concrete discussion, debate, and you have participated very sincerely. Remember, this sincerity will take you where you want to reach, and nothing else. So this is another lesson or takeaway of this session. On this positive note, we'll wind up debate. Congratulations to you all. Thank you. Conclusion ये है कि nobody wins. Right? This side had good points, you too had few good points, but your side was aggressive, and because of that aggression, good points raised by these people were overshadowed, plus they are less in number. They are less in number. And in your side, both the ends were very aggressive. Means you were not aggressive, you were assertive, but that end was very aggressive. And because of that, these people who were very decently seated over here, only these two people carried the whole load.
I would have done it. Actually, this was our strategy. Be aggressive because our side was weak. We have decided that we have to shout.
Like 2020 match.
Yes, yes. It was
In first 4 overs only, you have to score the runs so that these people should be scared. And whatever points they are ready with, they should you should dampen their spirit so that your side should win. Yes. जब में सब जायज है.
Also, we are divided that I speak, so I sit here, then he is in the middle, and he also speaks, so he is in the corner.
Right.
So all three ends are covered.
So 3 ends are covered, which these people couldn't. Because I told them ladka ladki in that manner you should sit. They also followed the same pattern, but they utilized this strategy. Have you gone through such strategies?
So we couldn't analyze that much.
Yes.
Like we thought they will speak, so we made the arrangement like that first we did the competition.
हो जाता है. I told you every strategy may not work. On the battlefield, what happens nobody can predict. Like whenever I teach people about interview skills and all, okay, such questions may be asked. I always use may. I will never say these questions will definitely be asked. No. Even introduce yourself, it may be asked nowadays. Because it has nothing to do with your selection. But just to make you comfortable, they ask you. So what will happen actually on the battlefield in the competition, nobody knows. Like when you go with certain strategy to play cricket, the strategy may work or may not work. Or you may be trapped in your own trap. Hunter becomes hunted. You know that, right? But at least you understood that if we have to do something, we should have some plan, some strategies, and accordingly everybody should cooperate. The way one person is sitting in the one end, another one different end, and one person is taking care of the middle part. So strategy work, we plan accordingly, and obviously the balls are worked with strategy, not randomly, and you need a leader. So when you decided, you might have discussed it, and then unanimously you decide. So democratic discussion proved to be very good. Good. मजा आया? चलिए अभी क्या करना है आगे का पेन पेंसिल लो मैं लिख के देता हूँ